Hello, beautiful people. It is your girl Nthabiseng Mabuya back again with another episode of the APC series. And if you did not watch my first video of the year, I want to wish you a happy new year, a prosperous year to you and your family. And to the 2025 APC candidates, I'd like to personally say congratulations for making it this far. You are a step closer to your hashtag road to CASA dream. And I know that you may be anxious, but worry not, because I'm here to hold your hand throughout the entire journey. And this brings me to the objective of this video. We are going to discuss things to consider before choosing a specific board course, and I hope that it is going to clarify any misunderstandings or confusion that you might have this year. And if you have any questions, then please drop the question in the comment section or send me an email. The email is attached in my bio on the YouTube channel, so feel free to contact me with regards to that. But I hope this video is able to just shed some light for you and clarify any questions you might have. Let's get into it. When choosing a board course, it can be very challenging because you get different opinions from different people, because everybody's experience is different. It won't be the same, right? And people have their specific preferences. But whenever you want to choose the board course specifically for you, you need to be able to know which one suits your needs. You need to know what you want as a person, because remember, we work in different work environments, we work different work hours. So you need to be able to understand that, okay, I need to make a decision that's best for me as a young professional, in terms of it must not clash with my work, it must not clash with the core hours I need to put in, and also it must allow me enough time to prepare. It must allow me enough time to practice the APC approach. So all those questions you need to ask yourself. And the first thing you need to do, like I said, number one, ask yourself what you need as a person before you go looking for a board course. So one of the things you need to ask yourself is, do you want a board course where you have hands-on lectures and facilitators, where every week you are meeting up to discuss maybe a specific assessment or an approach or whatever? Or do you want a board course that allows flexibility? Like maybe you meet once every 2 weeks, that allows you to do things on your own, to write assessments on your own, and just try to figure out this APC thing on your own with minimal guidance. But not minimal, but you get what I'm trying to say, not overwhelming, right? I think that is a very important question, because when you understand your needs, you're able to see what you're going to be comfortable with. So for example, I knew that I want a hands-on type of lecture. I want a program that's going to guide me, because I don't know what to expect for the APC exam. So I knew that I'm looking for a board course that is hands-on, in terms of the lectures are there, the facilitators are there for any questions that I want to ask. And having having classes every single week, it gives you that pattern of, okay, I need to work on APC every single week, even if it's just maybe two days a week, right? I needed an interactive board course so that I know that I'm not sleeping or I'm not lazing around, because chances are you're gonna end up falling asleep if maybe you are just not hands-on, and you're going to slack because you have work on one hand. Ngapha you need to do the APC board course material and the task that you need to handle, right? So I think I needed that balance between APC and work, because that is, for me, it was very important. So I wanted a all hands on deck board course. The next thing to consider is basically which board course works well with your work times. And the reason why I say that is because if you work in a high pressure environment, you work in an environment that has a lot of deadlines, that requires you to work overtime a lot, you need to be able to choose a board course that's going to allow that flexibility. That, okay, I need to put in the hours at work, but also it mustn't be overwhelming in terms of the APC board course, because if you're working overtime at work and you also have many tasks every day that are due on the APC board course, you're not going to be able to find that balance. So you need to ask yourself, which program is going to best suit my professional schedule? So in order to know the balance between the corporate space and the APC board course, you need to ask your fellow colleagues who were on that board course that you're considering, because number one, you work in the same environment and the work hours are kind of similar. Number two, they know what to expect in terms of the task that you need to write on that specific board course. Because one thing that I know is that the board courses, they have a variety of assessments, and the assessments on one can be hectic and the assessments on the other, it's just chilled and it's spaced out differently, right? I know when I was doing the APC board course, it wasn't an assessment every single week, but they spaced it out quite nicely, because in the beginning was introduction, this is how you need to approach it, this is the first case study, and then we got serious around June, August, when we were writing the big assessments, and that is something that I needed, right? But if you are someone who wants to continuously get assessments and stuff like that, then those are questions that you need to ask your fellow colleagues who are on that specific board course, because you need to find a board course that complements your work schedule, like I said. So if you are a person who can't keep up with audit deadlines, I would suggest you find a board course that is a bit chilled in a way, but doing your research is very important. So the next thing I will suggest is look up all three board courses, right? You have Indonormal, you have the UCT board course, and the Gauteng board course, which is APT. So do your research on all three of them. Find at least 3 people who are on these specific board courses and ask for feedback. Ask them questions on how frequent are the assessments and what tasks are expected from me, what deadlines am I supposed to meet. And also, if you are a person who likes assessments frequently, then that's the first question that you need to ask. And I think it's also important to ask your colleagues how they manage to balance the work as well as the APC life. Because if they chose that specific board course, surely there were expectations that were required and they had to meet certain deadlines. So you need to ask them, how often am I expected to submit maybe an assessment or submit a task, and how often are the meetings, right? How frequent do we meet on this board course, right? What is the structure? Because remember, you are probably in your second year or your third year, or you're an audit senior, and you are trying to navigate this balance between work and studying. And you can't be working in a high pressure environment. You need to juggle this APC life and you are drowning on both sides. You need to find a board course that is going to balance you out and that's going to allow you to catch up, because chances are you're going to be behind, right? That is reality. But how far you're going to be behind is up to you, according to your choices, right? And also according to the work you're willing to put in. So you need to ask your firm which one they prefer and which one will be flexible for you as well. I think that is an important decision that you need to make. But asking your fellow colleagues who are alumni of that board course is very important. And the next question you need to ask your colleagues is about the material that they receive, right? Because the APC board course, it's very diverse, I can tell you that. And as much as, yes, you can get many strategies, you can get advice from a lot of people, you need to know what you are looking for specifically. Do you want a board course that's going to give you like templates, or do you want a board course that's going to actually help you create those templates? So you need to ask the material that you're receiving from that specific board course, right? You need to ask, and also quality is better than quantity. You can receive a lot of information, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be useful to you, because remember, there's no one approach for everyone in terms of APC. So you need to ask yourself, okay, what resources are you receiving from that board course? Do they give you templates in terms of for emails, for PowerPoints and all of that? Or do they even give you maybe an ethical considerations template and all of those things? I think that is a very important question to ask your colleagues, so that you know what to expect and what resources you are going to receive when you choose the specific board course. Then the next thing to consider is when you write your final assessment that gives you that certificate and that entry into the APC board exam. I say when, because timing is very important, because sometimes you're gonna be on a board course and maybe you're going to write maybe one assessment, and then the next one is the qualifying assessment, right? You need to be able to choose a board course that's going to give you enough practice before the qualifying exam. Basically, I think it's assessment 3, but yes, I'm gonna call it the qualifying exam for now. So you need to ask yourself, okay, how many times do I write practice assessments before getting to that qualifying exam on the board course? And if maybe it's not sufficient, what board course is going to allow me to have sufficient assessments before I actually feel confident in writing the qualifying exam? So you need to consider all of that, because if you fail the qualifying exam, yes, you can write the supplementary, but also remember, some board courses require you to qualify to write that supplementary. So you need to be able to ask yourself, okay, am I the type of person who wants a lot of assessments before the qualifying exam? Or am I okay with maybe 1 or 2 assessments before that qualifying exam? So that's according to your needs as well. One mistake I'll advise you not to make is looking at the pass rate. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, the pass rates for the APC can be very different, right, across all 3 board courses. However, you may be the person who passes out of maybe the 90%, just an example, the 90% of people who failed, right? Remember, it's not size one fits all in terms of APC. APC, you pass according to the work you put in. It's according to you as a person, how hard you've worked, how you have mastered, your weaknesses to turn them into strengths to be able to get you to that competent level. So don't be intimidated by the pass rate of that specific board course. Don't say, oh no, I want to go to this board course because the pass rate is higher. Sometimes it may not be what you need, right? You need to be able to find something that works for you. You need to be able to find something that balances your corporate life and the study life as well. So just because your friend is choosing something, it doesn't mean you must go according to that because it worked for them. No, it's what works for you. That's why doing research is very important. You need to be able to look at all 3 board courses and write down the pros and cons of each. And after weighing all the pros and cons of each, you need to select the one that's best for you and your needs. The one you feel is going to carry you to that C level where you need to qualify to write the APC exam. Because looking at statistics and saying, I want to choose this because it has a higher pass rate, it's not really going to work. You need to find something that's going to be quality to you and effective. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that's writing, not the board course. You are the one that's writing. So basically the board courses work with what they've got. So you are the one that determines the outcome at the end of the day, right? It's the same thing as choosing a university. Sometimes they're like, the pass rate in accounting at this university is lower than that other one, right? But here you are, you have your degree, you have your CTA, you have your ATC. You didn't let that stop you. You still went to that university and you passed, even though people were saying that the pass rate is low. Sometimes you can be part of that top notch or that top percentage of people who pass. So never limit yourself according to statistics, guys, because at the end of the day, you are not a statistic. You're going to be a CA. So choose wisely. Don't listen to, the pass rate and analytics, those statistics. Don't look at that. So don't ever make a decision that's based on the pass rate. Yes, it can be scary because you're saying that, oh no, a lot of people are failing on here, but you don't know what those people were going through. Maybe most people failed because the work pressure was too much, but it wasn't because of the actual board course itself, right? We work in different environments and a lot of things go on in people's lives. They go through personal things. So you never really understand why certain people did not make it. So don't look at those statistics, because look at your own story and also look at your own needs, because you know what you need. That's why I'm saying it's very important to understand if you are the type of person who wants continuous assessments, who wants a check-in every week, who wants just to be busy, like forever busy on the APC board course. Like, you need to understand yourself if you want something chilled or you want something that is hectic. And that's what you should base your decision on, not on statistics. Another thing to consider is if you're a person who likes to have an accountability buddy, right? Maybe a mentor. Look for a board course that provides that, because sometimes you get board courses that just provide facilitators and lecturers, but they don't provide that mentorship that you want. If you are that person who wants like a mentor, then look at the board course that has that. That's why I said that you need to do your research on all 3 board courses before you actually make up your mind, and have the pros and cons list. And whichever board course resonates with your needs, then choose that one. And another thing to consider is you need to be able to understand that when you're on this APC board course, you basically are cutting down on a social life for the next year, and it's going to be worth it. Shem, rather suffer for a year than a lifetime, right? So you need to be able to ask yourself, if you get classes on weekends, am I willing to sacrifice my weekends, right? If you're a person who wants to only work on APC board course during the week, then choose a board course that is going to allow that, because I know there's certain board courses that have Saturday classes, and there's only ones that have weekday classes. So if you're not willing to sacrifice your weekend, then don't choose the board course that requires you to attend Saturday or Sunday classes. You need to do your research, and it starts with you inquiring with that board course, or inquiring with the alumni from your firm, because you guys are working in the same environment. And if you don't have colleagues who are on the board course that you want to choose, ask someone from another firm. You have friends all over, so ask other people, because it is very important to make this decision, because you're stuck with this board course for a whole year, and they're the ones who are going to be giving you that certificate. And then another thing to consider, I think this is an important one. If you are a person who was maybe at UCT, right, and you also did your ITC with UCT, my advice to you is stick to the people that you know. And the reason why I say that is because I'm a UJ baby. I've been a UJ baby since my first year, until CTA, until ITC. So when it came to choosing a board course, I knew who I wanted to pick. I knew who I wanted to pick because I'm used to these lecturers. I'm used to their way of teaching, their style of teaching, the style of lecturing. And I was comfortable with that, because I told myself, these people carried me from my first year, so they're going to carry me until I become a CA. And that's literally what they did. That's why I chose the APT board course, because it's UJ lecturers who are, facilitating that. So if you are a person who has always been at UJ, then I would recommend that you pick APT. But also, if it's not for you, then you can pick something else according to your needs, right? So that's also one thing to consider. If you come from a university like UCT or UJ, and you've done your academic journey is from UCT purely, then stick to what you know. But if you want to take a chance on something else and something different that you feel like will work for you even better, go for it. We're not discouraging anything. Just go for it, because it's about what you need at the end of the day, what you need to be that CA. So that's one thing that I will say you should consider. But that's just a personal thing for me. I just told myself that I've always been a UJ baby. And yeah, man, I'll forever be a UJ baby. Then another thing you need to consider is, yes, I know I said that you need to pick a board course according to your specific needs. That is the most important thing. What is best for you? But also you need to consider the board course according to your group members. Yes, you have an idea of who you want to be in your group. However, you can't be in the same group if you're not on the same board course. So you need to have that discussion with the people that you want to be in a group with, to say, okay, guys, since we're doing APC together, do you want to be in a group? If so, which board course are you going to be on? Because imagine you're the only person who picked one board course out of the firm. So now who's going to be in your group? Now you must find strangers, outside, and you need to trust them. You need to also learn their work ethic. You also need to learn a few things, right? As much as, yes, group work is essential, and in my video I basically set the criteria of your group members, right? Just go watch that video on how to pick an APC group. But it is also beneficial to have at least one familiar face in your group, man. So you need to be able to see which board course is going to work for your group as a collective. And if maybe you don't really like group work like that, you can pick a board course and then just find people. Chances are you might be lucky to find people with the same work ethic as you on the board course. But you need to consider who you want in your APC group and which board course will best work for you guys collectively, as well as your work ethic, right? So yeah, that is something that is very important. So yeah, guys, I think that about sums up my thought process when I was selecting a board course for myself. And if you're still confused, if you're still unsure about how to select the board course, then you can leave a question in the comment section and I'll be sure to respond to you. And if you are looking for a group and you already selected the board course and you want to put yourself out there and look for people, just don't be shy in the comment section to be like, hey, I am this person, I'm on this specific board course, I'm looking for group members. Hit me up if you want to be in a group. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there if you don't have group members in the comment section, and chances are there will be someone who's going to reach out to you because they're also looking for a group. So yes, guys, we have reached the end of our session. And I hope that I was able to, provide you with a few nuggets to consider before making this big decision. And I hope that you are going to have a fantastic APC journey. And I know you will make the right decision that is best for you. And don't forget to leave a comment as well as like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for an audience of 1,200 subscribers, and I look forward to growing with each and every one of you, and all the best with your APC journey. It is your girl Nthabi signing out.